Okay, I'm live. So let me figure out how to get the chat over here where I can see you if you're coming to visit. Okay, so like I said last night in my live stream, I'm doing a keto meal prep live, and we're going to see if I can do this in less than an hour. So I'm going to get started, and if you pop in, just say hi. So the first thing that I have on this, well, first I want to say that I'm calling this series Reset, Refocus, Restart. And if you want to see why I'm calling it that, check out my video that I'm going to post later on today, and you'll hear all the gory details of what I've been up to. So anyway, we're going to start off with some meal prep because that's the best way to reset, restart, refocus. Did I say that right? I don't know. We'll get it. All right. So I have 3 things planned on the menu today. I have egg loaf with chorizo, and I got that idea from the Keto Mechanic. Hi, Robin. We're doing meal prep today. So the chorizo egg loaf, I got that idea from the Keto Mechanic. I did an egg loaf recipe on my channel before. Hi, Lori. Hey, Gage. Gage is watching me from over there. Wave hi. That's my grandson. Okay. Now I forgot what I was saying. Oh, so the chorizo egg loaf, I'm doing that I got it from the Keto Mechanic. I made the egg loaf recipe, just a plain egg loaf recipe, but he added some different things to his, and I thought it sounded tasty. So I bought a roll of chorizo, and I'm going to add that in my egg loaf today for my meals for the next week. Also, one of my very favorite things ever, we're going to make some stuffed poblano peppers because that's quick and easy, and oh my goodness, I love it. And then the third thing that we're going to do is we're going to have some meat roll-ups, and I'm going to use this roast beef rolled in some provolone with some peppercinis and avocado on the side. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing that I want to do is start cooking the meat for the stuffed peppers. And I have a recipe video doing this a while back. Oh my goodness, it's so good. I just want to keep making it over and over again. And somebody in the comments section said that they were going to do it using chicken. Chicken would be really good. You could use chicken or pork, beef, whatever you like. I just happen to like ground beef a lot. And I didn't show you this, but I got this ground beef on a really good deal, $8.99 for about almost 4 pounds of meat. I'm probably not going to use all that meat today, but what I like to do when I cook in bulk is to freeze some for another week when I don't have time for meal prep. So there's that. I prepared myself with some hot soapy water in the sink so I can wash my hands quickly and easily. All right, so let's get that started. And I'm going to pull you down a little bit so you can actually see what I'm doing over here. All right. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. So I put the ground beef in the pan. I'm going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper to the ground beef. I'm going to chop that up a little bit. Get that going. How is everybody today? Are you excited for the new year? All right, let's let that cook a little bit. So while that's cooking, let's get the egg loaf started. All right, so I've got my food processor down here. Right there. It's going to be a little tricky doing this live. I don't like having my face totally out of the camera. I could do this. Thanks, Gloria. You know what? I really like this webcam, and I think I'm going to utilize it quite a bit. Okay, so we're going to get started with our egg loaf. So the first thing that I'm going to need is 8 eggs. This is a very, very simple recipe. So let's talk about why I'm calling this reset, refocus, restart. I don't know if I have that right. I just made it up this morning, so I'm not sure what I called it. But anyway, I've been having a lot of trouble staying on my diet, a lot of trouble. And I'm going to go into that a little bit more on my video later on tonight that I'm going to post. But this is the truth. So when Fitster ended, let me get my notes. Fitster ended on April 2nd. And I ended Fitster really, really strong. I was at my lowest weight ever. I was at 159.8. And you can see that if you look at that video. I have it documented on there. But something kind of happened to me after Fitster ended. And I know I get so bloated. And when I go off plan, I don't know why I do it, because I don't feel good. It's not like, I don't know. I just don't feel good when I do. But I don't know. I'm back on it now. And I have been. Today's not my first day. I've been back on it for several days now, because I don't believe in doing anything on January 1st. It's just not in me to do it that way. I feel like I'm setting myself up for failure. So I actually got back on it the day after Christmas, December 26th. Okay. Now I left my butter and my cream cheese out all morning, and I'm only using half of this butter. I know a lot of recipes call for the whole stick of butter, but I feel like I'm adding other stuff, and a half a stick is going to be plenty of fat. I don't want to overdo it on the fat. I mean, really, we need a high-fat diet, but we don't need to overdo it. I know I love butter too. But I am going to put this whole 8-ounce package of cream cheese because, you know, cream cheese. So anyway, something happened to me after April 2nd. And I don't remember exactly if it was just a mind thing or if something happened in my life. I don't know. But I was at my lowest weight ever, and I sabotaged myself. And I went off plan, purposely went off plan for whatever reason it was. I don't know. And it was that way for about, I don't know, several weeks. I don't know if it was the whole month of April, because it was so far back, I can't remember. I had to look back on some of my videos to see exactly when all this went down. So that was April 2nd. And I was doing pretty good the month of April, because I was doing Veda, and I was showing what I was eating. And when I show a full day of eating, that really is what I've had for the whole day. I don't lie. I don't cheat. I don't do anything else about my full days of eating. That's what I've had. So if you look back, once my full day of eating videos ended, that's kind of when I went downhill. So now I'm going to add this chorizo. I bought beef and I bought pork. The beef is going in the freezer. And I'm going to use pork today because pork chorizo is actually my favorite. And this chorizo, I wanted to tell you what it was. It's hard to read though. 2.5 ounces has 4 carbs. And there's 3 servings in this package. So 12 carbs of chorizo divided into 8, you're only getting about less than a carb per piece of egg loaf. And you know, this egg loaf is good if you mix in some ground up sausage or put in some bacon. There's all sorts of stuff that you can do with that. All right, so it's going to get noisy for just a minute here. We're going to whiz that up in the blender. Let's go. All right, give that a little stir. You can see the cream cheese sticking to the bowl. We're not going to let any of that cream cheese get away, are we? Let's look. No, sir. All right, let's keep it going. All right, there we go. But I have a hard time. I've been having a hard time eating a lot of reheated food too, and I think that's one reason why I stopped doing so many meal prep videos. And when I worked at the hospital in the kitchen, I was actually, hi Melanie, happy birthday Melanie. Everybody say happy birthday to Melanie. It's her birthday today. When I was working in the kitchen, I was just bringing my ingredients to cook for, I lost my train of thought. Oh, I was bringing just the ingredients and I was cooking it at work so the food would be fresh. But now I'm working in the front desk and there's no way for me to cook my food ahead of time. So I've got to go back to meal prep. So I'm trying to find things that reheat well. Okay, so anyway, that's that on that. So you saw me spray my pan with this coconut oil. This is what I use exclusively in my pans. Whoa, hold on, little doggy. Slop it all around, why don't you? I did this in my blender one time, and I thought that the food processor was a better idea. All right, so there we go. There it is. You know what? You guys watch my cooking videos. I know you do. Now you're going to find out how messy I can really get. This is real life, people. There's no editing on this cooking video. All right, there we go. That's why I have a roll of paper towels right there. Clean up my messes, and then everything will get sanitized when I'm done cooking. All right, I don't need that anymore. Let's put this in the sink. Okay, so there's the egg loaf. It's going to go in the oven at 400 degrees And I'm going to set my timer for about, I don't know, 30 minutes. That's why we had to get it in here, like right away. All right, there's that. That's done. We're ready to go. I just have to let it cool, and that'll be that. So let's give our meat a little chop. Do you guys have one of these things? This little meat chopper thing? I love it. It's like one of the best kitchen gadgets I've found in a really long time. I bought mine from Pampered Chef, but you don't have to spend that much money because now that I bought mine, I see them almost everywhere. All right, so that's cooking. I think that can go up just a little bit. All right. So let's get our meat roll-up started. I'm using this Simple Truth top round roast beef, and it has no sugar added and half a carb for 2 ounces. And then I'm going to wrap it in some of this provolone cheese. And this right here is a really good meal that doesn't have to be reheated. And so when I'm on my lunch break, I won't have to worry about finding a place to reheat it. And yeah, that'll be good. So let me show you something else that I have. I'm going to turn this around this way. I have these meal prep containers. I've got a bunch of them over there, kind of out of the way. I bought these from a local store, and these are plastic. They're microwavable, but I don't put them in the microwave because I have these that are glass on the bottom, and I just put a paper towel over them to help the splatter. This is what I use to reheat my hot food. And I'll put my cold food in these as well, but I don't put my reheatable food in this because I just don't trust plastic anymore. And then I've got this one that's a little bit deeper, and this is really good for a salad, even though I'm not doing a salad this week. No, I'm not doing salad this week. You know, I went to the store and to go get some lettuce, and let me put this up while I talk. I went to the store to go get some lettuce, and they were fully stocked again after that romaine scare. But then I found some, what was it, broccoli slaw and some other stuff on some really good prices, 59 cents for a bag of broccoli slaw. And so I bought that instead, even though I was craving a salad. So I think I'm going to do salad next week. So anyway, these are the containers that I'm using. Today is Sunday. I work Monday. I'm off on Tuesday for New Year's, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I need to prep for 4 days for work, and then the rest of the time at home, and I can fix my meals at home. But still, I like to have things prepped when I'm at home. So there's 2. But this is what I'm taking to work for my lunch. So I'm going to have that ready to go. Let's get my handy dandy scissors. Put you back down here where you can see what I'm prepping. Kind of put this in there too, because I'm going to keep chopping up my hamburger while I get the rest done. Okay, so while I roll these up, I'm going to go finish with my story that I started. Okay, so Fitster, April 2nd, I was 159.8, my lowest weight ever. I stayed pretty good the month of April, and I'm not sure when it happened, but I went off plan. And somewhere between April 2nd and May 15th, I was up to 169.6. I had gained 10 pounds because I had been off and on keto. I never stayed off plan for very long. but I was so off and on, off and on. I think I was throwing my body through so much havoc that my blood glucose levels were going crazy. A normal glucose for me is 85, and yeah, I've been in the hundreds. It's just been going off the charts. So I'm taking this package of beef. I'm going to divide it up into 4, maybe 5. Let's see, how many ounces was that? 6 ounces. So I gained 10 pounds between April 2nd and May 19th. And I don't know, I was just in a downward spiral. Now, I did deeper state keto for a while, but my head just wasn't in the game, and I went off of it. All right, 4 of those. I'm going to put some cheese on it. And so I didn't last but a couple weeks with deeper state keto. And that just started a cycle of me going, hi, Cindy, a cycle of me going off and on, off and on, off and on, clear up until, when was it? Labor Day weekend. I thought that if I I started the fitness to Christmas exercise program, and boy, this is really stick like this. So I did pretty well from September. I didn't go the whole 100 days like I'd planned. But I did go from Labor Day until Thanksgiving. And I've been off and on from Thanksgiving until I did really well on the fitness to Christmas when I was doing it. But yeah, I didn't do very well between Thanksgiving and Christmas. I was off and on, never totally off, never totally on. And which resulted in me weighing in this morning at 181.4. Yeah, 181.4. So I was at 159, 160, 70, 80, 22 pounds is what I've gained. And I'm sure if you watch my videos, you can tell. I mean, this is where I hold my weight. And look at this. This wasn't like this. And these pants are a size 12, and I was wearing a size 10. And these are tight on me. I should probably even be in a 14. So anyway, that's the embarrassing truth. But you guys know, if you've been following me for the, 17 months that I've had my channel, I've never lied to you. I've always been real. And I don't know, it took a lot of courage for me to tell that story. And I'm going to do it again on my video tonight. I've got pictures. I've got weigh-ins. I took my blood sugar this morning, and my ketones are low. But this is my reset, restart, refocus. This is what I'm doing. So here we go. There's the meat roll-ups. I'm going to put a couple of these peppercinis. I love peppercinis. Let's not forget about our ground beef, shall we? Do you guys have one of these jar keys? These are the best things ever. See how easy that was? So these are 1 carb for 3 peppers. So yay, I get 3 of those. And then along with that, I'm going to have some of this holy avocado. I like these packs. These are 5 carbs, 5 total carbs, 3 fiber. If you're doing net carbs, that's 2. And they're perfect little, do you guys ever use these? The avocado doesn't go bad. And I really like, I think it's a money saver. Even though these little packets are a little bit expensive, I think it's a money saver unless you're planning on eating a whole thing of avocado. Okay, so there we go. That'll be my lunch. So let's do that 4 more times, 5 more times. I have 5 of those. And you know, I have to tell you guys something. You know, if you've been following me for a while, which a lot of you have, you know that I've been doing, I always do weigh-in videos. Like once a week, I was doing weigh-in videos all the time up until April 2nd. So you have to know that if I'm not doing my weigh-in videos, it's because I'm embarrassed and I've gone off plan, like not a little bit. I've gone off plan a lot. So, I mean, if you see me not posting my weigh-in videos, because I'm going to start doing that again, just give me a little nudge, a little comment, a little message on Facebook, whatever, and, you know, keep me accountable. But in order to keep myself accountable, I'm going to start this new series, and it's going to be my weigh-ins. When I had my lowest weight on April 2nd, I was at 159.8. I had 20 pounds to lose. Now I have 41 pounds to lose. So I'm going to try not to let that discourage me. You know what? The weigh-in videos really keep me accountable. And that's why I do them, is because unless I stop doing it, if I go off plan and I'm not consistent with keto and I stop doing the weigh-in videos, then yeah, they're not going to keep me accountable. But for the next 41.5 pounds, I'm going to keep going once a week with this restart, reset, refocus. And hopefully 2019 will be my year. Most of these are glass, Nona Grace. I bought these at my local hardware store, but I do have some plastic ones that I use for stuff that I'm not reheating. But I have a bunch of glass, and I'm trying to switch over from plastic to glass because even though it says it's microwave safe, I just don't trust it anymore. So I'm trying to switch over, but it's very, very expensive to switch over. All right, so I have 2 ounces of roast beef. Oops. I have 2 ounces of avocado and 3 peppercinis. And you know what? I just thought of something right now. What if I made a horseradish dipping sauce? Oh, that would be so good, you guys. I don't know if I have any horseradish, but in a minute here, I'm going to go look really quick. I don't think I do. But if I don't, I'm going to make it, and I'm going to add it. All right, there we go. Okay, there's my lunches for 5 days. This ground beef is almost done now. Yeah, that's pretty much done. So let's get busy with the peppers. So between now and next Sunday, there's 7 days. I have 5 of these for the work week. And I'm going to do a little bit of full day of eating videos and kind of supplement my days off with something different than what I have prepped here. All right, so that's going to go to the fridge. Now, let's drain our hamburger. I don't know if you can see my sink. Can you? Yeah, right there. So I have a metal bowl and a strainer. Just so you know, I'm not pouring that down the sink. I'm going to drain this hamburger into here. All right, there we go. I'll let that drip for a minute. Let me check on my egg loaf. Oh my goodness, that's looking good. And I didn't set the timer. Shame on me. All right. Bye, Robin. Happy New Year. All right, so that's that. So while that's draining, I've got my poblanos. I'm going to cut off the tops and take the seeds out. These are already washed and ready to go. I like to leave the stems on. I just think it makes it look nicer. Open that up. I don't clean all the seeds out of it. But most of them. You could use, and these are not going to waste. I love these. You could use regular bell peppers if you don't care for poblanos. I think poblanos have a better flavor, and they're a little bit spicier than bell peppers. But I know some people just can't handle the heat at all. And if that's you, you can use the bell peppers. Wow, I cut that one too much. Actually, I could probably use the cut pieces for a top, yeah? Cutting these a little bit different because I want them to sit flat. All right. I think in my video when I did these, I cut them along this way. No, I think I'm just going to slice them up and eat them with one of my meals. Oh, it would be good with my egg loaf. That's what I think I'll do. I'll cut them in strips and I'll put them in the container with my egg loaf. Well, that didn't work out very good. All right. There we go. 6 of those. And if I don't eat all of these, the This dish freezes really, really well. So you don't have to worry about that. Let me clean up my space a little bit. It's getting a little bit messy. All right. Let's put this ground beef back in the pot. Wow, that looks good. But I'm not going to need that much. Because that was almost 4 pounds of beef. So let me get a container. No, this one's too big. I'm not going to take that much out. Let's get another container, shall we? This one's good. So I'm going to take about half of this out. I'll let it cool off. I'll label it and freeze it. And since I didn't add any seasonings to it except for salt and pepper, this will be really good for just about any dish you want to do. Okay, I'm going to leave that off. I'm going to let it cool off a little bit. Okay, so I had a choice today. This is what I usually use, is some kind of green salsa, chunky salsa, because the carbs on green salsa are lower than red salsa. The tomatillos have less carbs, and I like the taste of the green salsa better than the red. This has, for 1 tablespoon, it's 0 calories, 0 fat, less than 1 carb. I don't believe that it's 0 calories. You know, you really can't trust a lot of these nutrition labels, but I mean, really, for 1 tablespoon, if I counted it as half a carb, 2 tablespoons is 2 carbs. I'm going to throw this whole bottle in there. That's what I'm using. Oh, and I brought this for you to compare with this green chili salsa, which is one of the lower ones that I could find. And I have this in my cupboard. I haven't opened this yet. But for 2 tablespoons, it's 10 calories, which is more like it. 2 grams of carbs in that. And that's a pretty tasty salsa too. That would taste good in this, except I'm going to try to keep my carbs as low as possible while I'm getting myself back into ketosis. And I'm talking about ketosis, like strong, fat adapted ketosis like I was in the spring. All right. So let's throw this in. I just use the whole jar because I like it nice and saucy. Saucy or saucy, either way. And then this is the only thing that I prepped ahead of time before I started, because I do this in my food processor, and I needed the food processor for the egg loaf. So this is what I used, was this Cache Valley sharp cheddar. That's what I love. So I'm going to throw a couple of handfuls. Maybe a cup. This is meal prep. So meal prep doesn't get a lot of weighing and measuring and all that kind of stuff. I want to get it done so I can be ready to go for the week. But some of that cheese is going to go on top too. All right. So I have my baking dish. Let's spray it. Let's put those bad boys in there. Oh, man, my mouth is watering just looking at these. All right, so one thing I wanted to talk about as well while I do this is before I went off plan, off and on, very inconsistent, you know what would be good in this? Some cauliflower rice. That would be really good. Huh?
It's not streaming.
It's not streaming? Are you sure? I went back. My husband has it on over there, and he said, okay, I'm back on. He said I wasn't streaming. It's buffering in his computer, in his computer room. So anyway, okay. So I'm glad you're here. I was like panicking for a minute there. I was like, I'm talking to nobody right now. Okay, so anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. I don't know. I lost my train of thought now. So, yep, that's what happens. I saw Catherine Michelle make these on a video this last week. Did you guys watch her? Oh, cauliflower rice. Yes, thank you. Yeah, cauliflower rice would be really good in this. I think next time I'm going to try that. So she made these on her channel, and she used a lot of different, she put a lot of vegetables in hers, a lot of different ingredients. She put carrots in hers, which to me is not really keto. At least I wouldn't do carrots. But one thing that would be good in here is maybe some onion. I didn't want to bring up the carb count too much since I'm throwing myself back into ketosis. Thank you, Cindy. I love doing meal prep videos. I do, because I can go back when I get stuck for something to watch. I look back on some of my videos and I get some good ideas for myself. Stuff I forget about. So anyway, she did hers differently. She put a lot of vegetables in hers. And I don't know. I don't care for carrots. Oh, I was going to put onions in mine, but there's onions in the salsa. And since I'm out of ketosis and I want to put myself back into ketosis, I'm going to forego the extra onions. Even though I love onions. I don't know what video it was. Abby and I were cooking together, and we were both eating just the raw onions. All right, there we go. And I even have enough left over to do a few more, but these are all the peppers that I have. So I'll freeze this mixture for another day. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So before I got myself out of ketosis, back in April, May, whenever it was, off and on, I was eating one meal a day, 1 or 2 meals a day. But now that I'm not in ketosis, I was like 0.1 this morning. Let me show you. I brought it with me so you guys could see. Those were my ketones this morning, 0.1. Not in ketosis. I have to be at least 0.5. And this is my blood sugar this morning, 104. which is really bad for me because I'm usually in the 80s. I love that keto mojo. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to be doing 3 meals a day. You're at 0.8. That's really good, Cindy. I mean, you're in ketosis. That's all that really matters. But one thing that I've been reading about is your ketones are not as important as your blood sugar levels. The blood sugar is what really that's what really helps you burn the fat. Okay, so there they are. I didn't show me stuffing them, but there they are. These are going in the oven. I don't want them to slide around. A little bit of cheese on top. And these are going to go in the oven for about 30 minutes, and we're going to check our egg loaf and see how it's doing. Oh my goodness, look at that. Let's test it and see. I'm going to do the toothpick trick. Oh yeah, that's done. All right. There's my chorizo egg loaf, and it's still juicy and delicious. So I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to let it cool off a little bit. As soon as that's cool, it's going to go in those containers. Okay, let's put this in. Up and down, up and down. And I'm going to put that in for 30 minutes. All right. Okay, so let's clean up this mess a little bit. So that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, I have to wait for the peppers to cook. That will take about another 30 minutes. As soon as all of my food is done and cooled off, then I'll box it up in my containers that I have here. I got these on Amazon, and these are pretty nifty. And then here's some more of these. So I have those ready to box up my food after it's cooled. So I know that after I get off my live stream, I've got quite a few dishes to do. Yeah, I've seen Ketogenic Kim commenting on other people's YouTube videos, but she hasn't done anything for a while. And I know Alma hasn't been doing a lot either. She's been on Facebook. Alma's been on Facebook a lot, but she hasn't made videos. She kind of does that. She disappears for a while. Okay, so anyway, that's pretty much it for the meal prep. I mean, that was simple and easy. And if you don't count the time that my peppers are cooking, then the prep was less than an hour. Now, I know I have a lot of dishes to do after the live stream is over, but all my dishes are done for the next week or so, except a little bit of stuff that I might cook up. I mean, this is a big dish saver for sure. I'm just slicing these up for a snack. So I hope you guys enjoyed this meal prep live stream video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I plan on doing it on the regular until I lose this 40 pounds. And if it's interesting to you, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. And I'm going to, every week, I'm going to have 3 or 4 dishes ready for you guys to get some good ideas and keep me on track. You can come around. I told you, I don't care if you're in my video. You're okay. Say hi to my friends. There's Gage. Abby and Owen are not here. They were here yesterday. And I actually think Abby loves doing videos with me. I think that I'm actually going to pick up Abby from her house and let her be in some of my videos. Well, when their mom works the weekend, they're all 4 of them are here. So they'll be here. So anyway, there's my poblanos. Ready for a snack. Oh my gosh. All right. So there you go. I told you the ugly truth, and I showed you some delicious food. So that's all that I have. And look for my video tonight, my accountability video. That was a blooper. Look for that tonight, and you'll see my weight, my measurements, my ketones, my blood sugar, and gruesome pictures. I'll save the gruesome pictures for the end, so if you want to click off before it gets too gruesome, you can. But anyway, that's it. I love you guys. And I'm thankful for your support and encouragement and everything else that you give me. And really, you guys are the reason why I'm here right now. And I just haven't totally gone off the deep end. So I just appreciate you and I love you. I want you to know that. I mean that truly from my heart. So anyway, that's all that I have for you today. I'm going to end this live stream. Happy New Year's, everybody. Until next time, keep calm and keto on. All right, let's end this stream. Love you guys.